Hit the mic opinions with the snap. NYG 22, yeah, that's the cap. Unpopular takes, but we cut no slack. Watch the views climb while we talk that smack.
It look like we running with DJ for another year,
I think the Giants are going to get off to a fast start.
This the channel for them high sports laws. Got the bass that hit like heavy doors. Unpopular opinion sports where the talk roars.
Yo. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the BLACKTOP Podcast, man, where we talking all basketball, man, giving you all that basketball talk. But before I get into it, man, y'all please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I'm dropping all new content, live streams, unpopular opinions, and all sorts of other things. But we're going to get into it, man. Got a lot of news, man, coming out the NBA. Of course, a breaking news trade that I'm going to get into here in a minute. And NBA draft, of course, going to recap that, get into a little bit of free agency. Want to dive into some prospects coming into college, some high school prospects. Going to touch on the WNBA, give the ladies some love, of course. And, of course, any other topics you ladies and gentlemen want to get into. Just comment, and you know what to do, man. Hit that like button. But before I do that, let me get into the chat. My bro, Coach Ed, says Knicks suck. Of course, he's trolling. He's a Knicks fan. He doesn't mean it. Of course, they're pumped up. Their fan base is pumped up. We're gonna get into the Knicks. We're gonna get into the Nets, which is my team of fandom, so to speak. Obviously, moving in two different directions, the Knicks and Nets. Bronny James, how y'all feel about Bronny James getting drafted by the Lakers? Bronny James going to the Lakers, of course, getting to play with his dad, the biggest NBA setup in history. But anyway, and Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Look, Angel Reese is balling. What is it now? 8 straight double-doubles? Closing in on Candace Parker's record. And, of course, you know, Caitlin Clark with the spark. That's what I'm going to call her. Clark with the spark. Caitlin Clark with the spark, you know. Still doing her thing out there, man. So, a lot of attention going on with the ladies as well. But, y'all talk to me, man. How y'all feeling out there? Coach says, let's go Rutgers. Yeah, man. Rutgers got a good class coming in this year. I've been checking them out. A-Tracks, what's good, man? Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for tapping in with me, man. Of course, you already know what it is. Go play Patty Hill. All right, Coach. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. First thing I want to touch on is this trade here. The Hawks trade DeJounte Murray to New Orleans for Larry Nance, Dyson Daniels, and picks. So, let me get the full details on this trade, but that's big news. That is big news, man, coming out the NBA. Of course, the Hawks have been talking about trading Murray here for a while now. So apparently that whole Trae Young dynamic didn't work out, which I could figure it wasn't gonna work out, man. And I mean, it just you need chemistry to play basketball. That's one of the main things you need, because everyone on the court touches the basketball. Pause. But everyone on the court has to touch the basketball, and you have to have the chemistry to know what spots and what positions the players beside you are going to be in order to, you know what I'm saying, set up easy baskets and easy scores. So I don't know the dynamic with Murray and Trae Young, but apparently it ain't work out, and he's out of there to New Orleans. And for New Orleans, I mean, that team is, they look like they going in another direction too. I don't know, you know. So we're gonna recap the draft here in a minute, but yeah, this just came in, Coach. This news just came in. Let me go to my feed real quick. Give you the unofficial report. Yeah, so Adrian Wojnarowski reports Hawks, New Orleans has landed DeJounte Murray to ankle the Pelicans backcourt. Let me go to Woj's page real quick. Yeah, he says the Hawks are ending the Murray Trae Young experiment, bringing on a promising young wing in Dyson Daniels and getting a pick in the deeper 2025 draft. Landry feels new Hawks had to make a move in the backcourt. There's still more off-season work to be done. So, yep. Murray's out of there. Going to New Orleans. Yeah, I never liked that dynamic. I really never liked that dynamic, to be honest with y'all. It just, I don't know. I think Trae Young is just, I hope he's not like a Harden type player. But I don't know, man. He's a hard fit. Pause. He's a hard fit, man. I don't know, man. Those chuck and duck players, as I like to call them, it's tough. It's tough. It really is. Coach says, are they still trying to trade Ingram? I think so. I don't know. Maybe not now. I mean, since they got, maybe not. Maybe that's a better fit. Because I know Murray is more of a, he can play more traditional point guard. So maybe that's the fit that they're looking for. Because everybody in the NBA wants to talk about scoring. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to set your teammates up. You got to be able to handle the ball. You got to be able to, do the dirty work, so to speak. Set screens. Throw lobs. So, some of these combo guards that are more focused on scoring, you need a facilitator on the court. And sometimes it's a big man, like Denver with Jokic. He's the facilitator on the court. So, yeah, man. Got Raphael in the building, man. What's good with you, man? Salute. Appreciate you tapping in. But I do want to get into this trade, man. Murray for Lance, Dyson Daniels, and picks. It says they get a 2025 first round pick and then a 2027 first round pick. And, you know, they have stipulations on the picks in the NBA. So you guys can look that up if you want to. But it's basically Murray for Lance, Daniels, a 2025 first rounder, and a 2027 first rounder. That's the trade. Via Adrian Woj. So, I don't know. It looks like the Hawks are kind of moving in a different direction themselves. So, yeah, teams trying to keep up. Teams trying to keep up and keep up with the Joneses or keep up with the Celtics or keep up with the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks, man. New York Knickerbocker fans are celebrating in Madison Square Garden because they, ladies and gentlemen, landed Mikal Bridges in a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. So that set things off before the draft. And then you got this Hawks trade right now, post-draft. So, and then, of course, during the draft, you got the Bronny James being drafted. And Zach Edey, you know, Castle, Topic, some others. We'll get into the draft. But let's talk about this Nets, Knicks trade. Mikal Bridges going to the Knicks in exchange for 6 first-round picks and a second pick, and I think a pick swap. So, again, Mikal Bridges to the Knicks. Now, people want to break this trade down. You got Knicks fans puffing their chests out as if they won the trade, as if they're locked in right now for an NBA championship. Hold up. Just hold up. Like, hold up. Hold up. Hold up for a minute, Knicks fans. Because, again, you got the player you wanted. But do you really know what you're getting in that player? Other than the fact that it's a reunion of Villanova Wildcats in the NBA, now dubbed the Nova Knicks. The Nova Knicks. The Nova Knicks, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Nova Knicks. That's what these guys wanted. They wanted to reunite college teammates in hopes that they could recreate the same magic in the NBA as they did in college. Man, we playing two different games here, man. What are we talking about, y'all? What are we talking about? We playing two different games here. College versus the pros. So, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, DiVincenzo and Mikal Bridges hoodoo Leon Rose into giving the Brooklyn Nets a complete reset of draft picks that they lost in the James Harden trade. Man, it's been a hell of a couple days here, ladies and gentlemen, in the NBA. Y'all hit that like button, man. Talk to your boy. What y'all got out there in the chat, man? Rafi says, this could be a significant leap for the Pelicans, but the Hawks do not benefit from this trade at all. Nance and Daniels will not make a difference here at all. Okay. So, Rafi says the Pelicans won the trade. Coach says, I love Edie in Memphis. Yeah, I like him in Memphis. Didn't like him in Brooklyn. But I never said he was a bad player. I think he's a good fit. If you can get Ja Morant and the Cats over there back on track. I know they had a down year over there, but that team is a very solid team, especially if Morant is back. You know, to where he was before all everything went on with him. So I do agree with that. I do like the Edie situation in Memphis. Didn't like him in Brooklyn, but again, the Brooklyn Nets are in a complete reset right now. And they have 4 draft picks in the 2025 draft. So, the Knicks and Nets moving in different directions. Because the Knicks are trying to win a chip. Now, on the heels of the Mikal Bridges trade, as I mentioned, the Knicks also re-signed OG Anunoby and are trying to bring back Isaiah Hartenstein, but that situation is unknown. And of course, the Knicks had their draft, and we'll recap that here in a minute. So again, this team is apparently poised to go for the gusto, as they say. Go for it all. Go for the championship. But what do y'all think? Are the New York Knicks really a championship contending team? Currently constructed. Now, of course, it's early. More moves to be made. This is the NBA. News is fluid. But are the New York Knicks a championship caliber team? A lot of people tell me yes. I say pump the brakes. Because again, are the Knicks getting better? Yeah, they are. Other teams are going to be getting better too. So, and last I checked, you didn't make the Final Four. Knickerbocker fans. It was Indiana. So let's give the Pacers some credit here for a second. Because, yeah, you can say, oh, the injuries. But again, you still wasn't in the Final Four. You still don't know what you're going to get from Julius Randle coming back off injury. Teams take time to mesh, to gel, to develop chemistry. Ask the Heat back in the day with the whole LeBron and D Wade and them, how they took time to merge and to gel and things like that. So it takes time. And then you got guys coming back from injury, and then you're coaching, which a lot of Knicks fans question. Tom Thibodeau's coaching methods. Talk about that. So before you puff your chest out and try to, bully Nets fans to thinking that you're some superior team, chill for a second and think about what you really have accomplished, which is nothing. But you did get better. So applause to the Knickerbocker fans. But that's all I'm giving you right now. You got to prove it on the court. Now, as for the Nets, again, I'm saying two different directions. The Nets now are in rebuild mode. So you got Bridges out of there. Cam Johnson should have been gone during the draft. Sean Marks, again, helter skelter. One step forward, two steps back. Get these contracts out of here, man. It's a rebuild. Ben Simmons, need to go. Finney Smith, good player, need to go. Cam Johnson, need to go. You're in rebuild mode. And you're now looking to see what you got in Cam Thomas, Dariq Whitehead, Noah Clowney, Nicholas Claxton, who they re-signed to 4 years, $100 million. Shout out to Nick Claxton. Good player. But where or what, I should say, is the next move? Because you're clearly signaling rebuild. And you were able to get your picks back from the Rockets. So that was good. You were able to get your picks back. So now you got your picks back. So now you can legitimately tank. And I know people hate that word. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you hate the word tank. But it is what it is. Now you can really tank and try to get to the top of that 2025 draft, which we're going to talk about here a little bit later, is quote unquote loaded. And the Nets are going to have 4 picks in that draft. So you got your center, your defensive stopper, was in the running for defensive player of the year 2 years ago, and that's Nick Claxton. You have your scorer, Cam Thomas, who you're going to build around. Now you need to start filling in some of the other pieces as you start to build your foundation of your team moving forward. And that you're gonna have to get rid of some veterans to do that. You have to get rid of some veterans to do that, and that's what I'm saying. Cam Johnson gotta go. Finney Smith gotta go. Schroeder. So that's from the Nets standpoint. Two teams moving in two different directions. But one fan base is bragging and puffing their chests out like they won the championship, while net fans realize and understand that we're in a rebuild and the Knicks helped us accelerate that rebuild by giving us draft picks. Oh, and let me squash a myth real quick of the picks ain't worth nothing. If the Knicks are good, again, those picks are going to be lower in the draft. But a couple things to keep in mind. A, you can always trade the picks. Like, you're not locked into these picks. You can trade them and package them for a star down the road if you so choose to do so, because we control the Knicks draft through 2031. Again, Knicks fans, listen to me. Unpopular Opinion Sports, y'all hit that like button. Listen to me. The Nets control your drafts through 2031. Y'all still got picks, but those drafts picks, a lot of those picks are based on other teams. That's what I'm trying to say. So we have your picks. The Knicks have a bunch of other people's picks, per se. So you better hope this Nova Knicks experiment works out. Because if it doesn't, yeah, it might not be good for you. So that's that trade there. Ghost, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Your boy rolling solo tonight, but we still live, man. So let's get into the draft, y'all. Let's get into the draft. I'm gonna do a screen share. Bong. See. Because I don't know, man. For a team that hasn't done anything, I mean, I hate to say it, but Knicks fans are trending towards becoming more like Cowboys fans than anything else. Because, again, you haven't won anything. A lot of people like to troll the New York Giants. The New York Giants have won. The New York Yankees have won. The Knicks haven't won shit. But they talk like they the talk of the town. All right. So, let's talk about the draft here a little bit. Again, you got Hawks, Wizards, Rockets drafting Reed Shepherd, Spurs taking Castle. I want to talk about the Spurs a little bit because Castle and then you got Wemby. I like that tandem. And you know why I like that tandem? Because you know what Greg Popovich is building? He's building a defensive team because Castle was, by all accounts, one of the best defensive guards in the draft. And now you got him and you compare him with Wembanyama and you already know what he brings defensively. I like what the Spurs are building. They're going to be a problem. Now they take Dillingham, they traded him to the Timberwolves. So that's that. But Castle and Wemby, I like that combination, man. Y'all talk to me. How y'all feel about the Castle, the Stephen Castle, and Victor Wembanyama combination in San Antonio right now as the West just keeps getting better, man. And of course you got the Rockets taking Reed Shepherd to pair along with what they're building over there in Houston. So, you know, you can thank the Brooklyn Nets for that one. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, but yeah, the Rockets take Reed Shepherd from Connecticut. Good player, man. I like what Houston is doing over there. Houston and San Antonio. The West is getting stronger. Like I said, Wizards taking Alex Sarr now. It's hard to be optimistic with anything the Wizards do. I mean, I'm just being honest here. It's hard for me to be optimistic about anything the Washington Wizards do. For real. And Pop we trust, yeah. They're building something over there, Ghost. He knows what he's doing. But Blazers taking Donovan Clingan. Now, I mean, they got Ayton. Trying to figure out what Portland is doing over there. But Clingan's a good player. I mean, don't get it twisted. Dude is nice, but I don't know what direction they're moving in. Like San Antonio, I can see the direction Pop. I can see Pop's vision. With Portland, I don't know. I mean, even with the Grizzlies taking Edie, I could see the vision. You know what I'm saying? You pair him with Morant. I see it. I don't know what Portland doing right now. So, as we go down a little bit, the Thunder taking Topic. Yeah, I mean, you put a playmaker. Topic's more of a playmaker next to SGA. Maybe play him off the ball a little bit more. Could work out. I could see that. Kings take Devin Carter. The Kings always get good players, but they can't never seem to put that team together. You know what I'm saying? They can't never seem to put it together as far as getting a chip. But they always seem to get good talent. I mean, even back in the day, they had Bibby, Chris Webber, like Mitch Richmond. I mean, so shout out to the Kings, man, but I don't know if it's gonna work. And of course, the Knicks here taking Pacome. Man, I'm bad with names, y'all. I don't wanna butcher this dude's name, but y'all see it right here. They traded George to the Wizards. That's interesting because I was I was looking at some tape on Kaishan George, and I mean he's got a pretty nice shot, 3-point shot. So they the Knicks are going to want to space the floor, I'm sure. Having Brunson out there as the primary ball handler / shot creator. They get Randall back. That's another shot creator there. So you're going to want to surround those two players with shooters. So it's interesting that they traded George away. But Jazz draft Collier. That's a player that I was scouting, possibly for the Brooklyn Nets, but Brooklyn Nets did not trade into this draft. So Collier going to the draft. I don't know what they're going to do with Sexton, so we'll see. It's interesting there. I mean, not really anything else interesting there. Tyler Kolek, a lot of Knicks fans talking about him. And of course, you got Bronny James, 55 to the Lakers. So let's talk a little bit about Bronny James here. Probably gonna go here a solid hour since we don't have anybody on the panel. So let's talk a little bit about Bronny James and Lakers drafting Bronny. And I put a video out there saying that I'm not sure if that's the right move for Bronny. For him. Now LeBron, of course, that's what he wanted. He wanted to play with his son, and I mean, I understand. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But is that the right move for Bronny James? And you got JJ Redick, a new head coach. We don't know how he is as far as, coaching and developing and things like that. Eventually, LeBron James is going to retire. So I know people are going to be saying, oh, LeBron's going to coach him. He's going to hang it up at some point. So, again, is he going to be rostered? Or is he going to have to go to the G League? Questions I'm asking. See, I'm going to ask the questions. Unpopular opinion. Y'all hit that like button. I'm going to ask the questions. People like to just go off the narrative that they hear on TV. I'm sorry. They call it the boob tube for a reason. That's what they used to call it. My grandma and them. The boob tube. But, yeah, the idiot box. Y'all go off that. Ask more questions. Like, how is this really going to work? What's the plan here for this young man in his career? Because everybody just looking at from LeBron James' standpoint. Oh, they get to make history and all the ratings and all everything that's going on. Is this what's really good for this man's career? Could he have went overseas and developed his game more? Could he stayed another year in college? Could he went to a coach, a more proven coach that's known for developing talent? Questions I ask. Am I wrong for asking those questions? Y'all talk to me. What's good? Because again, everybody want to go off the narrative. Because as a basketball player, you should want what's best for your son. not what's best for you, LeBron. So I don't know. I hope it works out. For real. I don't know the dynamic. I'm not in that household or in those circles. But I have questions. Do y'all? Or y'all just all right with they tell you on ESPN? Unpopular Opinion Sports, man. Show you boys some love, man. Hit that like button. Ghost said, I don't know what all the hate with Bronny. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think it's hate. It's just the situation. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. The hate that's coming from me on socials is getting out of hand. Right. People don't like it because they don't like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bronny James didn't do anything. That's a young man trying to play basketball, from all I know. So why is so much of the focus on LeBron and what he want and the hate that he getting? So now they want to hate this kid because he gets to play with his father who set it all up. This was a clear setup here. They told teams not to draft Bronny. I guess that's what they mad at, but it's not fair to Bronny James to have to endure that. That's what I'm saying. The situation with him playing with his father might not be the best situation for him for his career. Yeah, it's cute for the NBA and it's cute for LeBron James, but it's not going to be. I don't know if it's going to be. I will say that because I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the best situation for this young man for his long-term career. Because people only like to look at one angle from a situation, one side of it. Now he's forced into the spotlight, forced to do all these interviews, forced to play in this big-time market as a developing player on the Los Angeles Lakers, the premier franchise in the NBA. Like, how can that be good for a player who only has 1 year of college experience? And he was out for part of that year. So I don't know, man. I don't know how this benefits Bronny James. Ghost says for like LeBron, the way it's setting him up for failure, loss of expectations, big shoes to fill. Exactly. That's why he should have went to, a different team. Should have went somewhere where he could develop. Now he's just going to have to be, the next version of LeBron, pretty much. That's going to be the expectation for this kid. And it's not fair. Like you said, it ain't fair, Ghost. It just ain't. Yeah. Coach popped in on me. What's good with you?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah. You there?
Yeah.
What's up with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm all right. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Just just getting into this basketball talk, man. Just get my thoughts out, man, about what's going on in the NBA, WNBA, NBA draft.
I'm listening to you while I'm trying to work out.
All right, coach. Coach out there pumping some iron. Pause.
Man, leave my Lakers alone, man.
Man,
we going to the championship next year.
Man, look here. It's a long road ahead for the Los Angeles.
The James gang is going to lead us to the NBA Finals.
Oh, is that what that's what it's called now? The James gang? The James gang?
Hey, you know it used to be called. It was the James gang back. James gang back in the 1800s. You know the gang was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse and Frank.
Yep.
Yo, Ghost. Excuse me. I'm an old school Lakers fan, man. Magic Johnson is my all-time fave, so I'm a Knicks fan. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Man. Those. Yeah, man. The Spurs. I do like
pop goes to 9. That's all I'm gonna say.
I do like what the Spurs are doing. Like I mentioned earlier. The Knicks, of course, they making moves. Nets making moves, going in different directions, man. So far, Coach, I'm just going to ask you.
We're going to talk about something real quick, man, because you know me. You know me. I'm going to use your words against you.
Go ahead, man. Go
ahead. So the Nets control, you said this, they control the Knicks draft through 31. They control it every draft.
The Knicks draft picks.
They control the Knicks draft picks through 31.
Well, from what I've seen, yeah, they have most of their draft picks. Yeah.
Oh, you have most of them, but you don't control everything.
Not all of them, no.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear.
You can't control all of them. I know the rule. Yeah.
No. But and not every last one of them is contingent upon another team.
A lot of the other ones they have, I know, because I know Knicks fans are saying, "Oh, we still got like."
You got 26. You got 26, and you got 30 that you control. You guys control 28 with the Knicks swap with the swap.
31
okay?
too.
No, you have 31 out. You have 31 outright.
Yeah.
So it's not a swap. I'm getting at.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so you control that. So yes, next year is contingent upon Detroit and Washington for first rounders. I get that. But 26, we have our own. We have our own in 30. So it's not that you control everything. You got a great deal in terms of that. I give you that, So, and yes, you can do certain things with first round draft picks as we see. But again, you don't know what the draft is going to look like. Mm-hmm. So you don't know how valuable they are. Because look at this year. Nobody really wanted a lot of these kids.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about the value thing, because that's where Knicks fans try to push back at, and my thing is, draft picks are draft picks, and draft picks are assets. You don't look at it in a value sense because you're always trading for most of the time you're trading for future picks. So the value in those picks when you trade them, they still hold weight as first round picks because you can't determine where they're going to be in 2020, 30 or 2020, 31 or yada yada yada. So they still hold value as first round picks. The NFL was different. It's a little different.
I get that. I get the NFL is different. I'm just focused on the NBA.
So the NBA with the value of those picks, they're not necessarily determined. So if you keep the picks, you're gonna be slotted to pick wherever that pick is. But you're always looking to flip. That's what good GMs do. They flip picks and they flip assets. You know what I'm saying? So those picks that we have. We start building a team and someone comes available, now you have the assets to go after said player, as opposed to so the picks aren't devalued at all.
No, they're not. But what I'm getting at is okay because the my interpretation of what you were saying is that this is the Nets won this whole thing, where I don't even say that neither team won. It's a benefit to both teams at the current time, and it's still a wait and see approach with the Knicks for me. Because like you were talking about, you didn't understand why the Knicks traded away 24. They had to do that because they're trying to get away, clear out money to see if they can get Hartenstein. Because that 24 has a value in terms of dollars also. So you have to move that pick away, which is why they got 5 second-round draft picks. The value is not going to tie up the money in the future, so they can do certain things, hopefully, to bring back Hartenstein. It's a gamble, yes, it is, but that's what they're trying to do. You also have this. Don't forget, it's also that new collective bargaining thing where you have the first, second, and third hard caps. The Knicks are right there at that first hard cap. So you have to I just found out a whole lot more. There may be more to this trade coming along, bro.
Yeah, I'm hearing McBride might be included in that.
It might be
bill.
McBride. You might have to trade away Randall. You might have to trade away Mitchell, which is why they were. Listen to me. Listen to me. What you would have to do in some essence is trade him away. Say he's $30 million. You trade him away and bring in $20 million. Now that helps you and that pushes you towards that second cap. That's why they're considering all aspects. I'm not saying trade Julius Randle. So do not I know I've been hard on him. But what did I say? I want to see what we have with everyone coming back. Yeah. But the issue now is, and that's the whole thing. We as fans don't think about that. And I just heard about that late last night, which is why they've looked at trading Mitchell Robinson, because they're up against their hard cap. So it's a whole lot more to this, because it's not even about Hartenstein also. It's about the cost of doing business through the regular season. Because if they don't have the money, what are they going to do? So, and McBride is a cheaper contract that they want to keep that, you know what, it affords them somewhere down the road. So it's real tricky, everything that I've been reading and listening to. And it's like, wow, this new CBA.
The money's not matching up
right now because Bridges is, I think, $4 million more than Bogdanovich.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, the Knicks have to, and it's all bookkeeping. I'm not saying the direct trade is going to flop. It's all about bookkeeping. That's really all it is.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make that money work.
Yes,
somehow.
And part of that is through the trades, because if you go through their roster and you look at it, it's coming down to, you could trade Deuce McBride $4 million and then make it work. But then again, what are you going to do for the rest of the season?
Oh, if they get McBride out of this, that's definitely
no, not the Nets. I've heard that they were talking about trading him out west. That's what I heard. So it's not to the Nets. It's, you could do it as a 3-team deal, all on the books. But the bottom line is the Knicks have to come up with the money just to also try and offer Hartenstein $16 million. And that's where everything stems from. That's why you hear
making a mistake paying Isaiah Hartenstein.
You don't know if they're going to pay him. I'm here, bro.
Right now.
Here's the truth. Here's the deal. Go ahead.
Let me give you an unpopular opinion, and then I'm gonna let you spit.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks will be making a big mistake if they got rid of Mitchell Robinson and signed Isaiah Hartenstein. That's my unpopular opinion.
You didn't give me a reason why. You just made a statement.
The reason why, okay, I'll give you the reason why. The reason why is because you're going to need what Mitchell Robinson brings more, especially when it comes playoff time, than what Isaiah Hartenstein brings.
Okay.
Mitchell Robinson, and you know how I like to break it down to you, Coach, in the simplest way. Mitchell Robinson is better at what he does well than what Hartenstein does well.
Hartenstein is better at what he does well over Mitchell Robinson.
I disagree. I think
Okay,
Mitchell
he's a better offensive fit. He's a better offensive passer. He reads.
I'm talking about skill set. Mitchell Robinson is a better defender and an elite defender than whatever Hartenstein brings. Okay. He's not at that level at anything he does. Okay. That's what I'm telling you.
But what about what he brings to the offense, which helps the other guys on the offense too? I get where you're going. I get where you're going. I get
That's what I'm saying.
I get where you're going.
Mitchell Robinson's rim protection defense is elite in this league.
Look, I get where you're going, but it's not. No, I'm not arguing with that part. I understand the defensive part, but it's not like Hartenstein is a scrub on the defensive end either.
He's not a scrub.
So,
and that's Mitch is more of a specialist, which is what I think you need
offensive
on a team
rebounding
like
and
the Knicks.
Defense. And I'll give you that. But what I'm getting at, offensively, he helps Jalen Brunson. Number one, just in the pick and roll alone, just in that alone. That expands.
I think whatever Hartenstein gave you last year, you're gonna get that from Julius Randle.
I can see certain things, but there's certain. Julius is not the. I'll put it to you like this: if I was going to take Julius or Hartenstein to play quarterback because they could read the defense, I'm taking Hartenstein over Julius. Just for the fact that they can read, and this is what I'm getting at. It's he helps also facilitate and make other guys better. Hartenstein, and now we initially started this with Robinson. Robinson does not do that. Robinson will get you pick and roll, but he's going to go and try and get you the alley-oop. But he's more focused on offensive rebounding. So I'm not going to take that away from him. He's an elite offensive rebounder.
You need that.
But Hartenstein has proven he can get you offensive rebounds too. Not if Robinson gets you, say he gets you 5 a game, Hartenstein will get you 2.5 to 3 a game, and they're willing to live with that because now he gives you an offensive game. Let's also talk about the free throws. Everything you're talking about, Mitchell, what he brings, come late game situations, you got to pull him out.
Yeah.
So everything that you're talking about, come crunch time, you got to pull him out. So then,
let me qualify. I'm saying this in the sense of valuing one over the other. If you can keep both, that's all.
Yes,
you're winning.
Yes,
you know what I mean? But if I'm picking one, that's what I'm saying. I'm taking.
No, I get what you're taking Mitchell. Where I'm saying the Knicks are looking right now at Hartenstein. The reality is this. I don't think Hartenstein is going to come back, and here's the reason why. It's nothing the Knicks can do. It's all about that money. If the Knicks can only give him 16, and somebody can give him 20 to 25 mil, I've heard OKC may give him 25 mil. Yo, bro, love you, Hartenstein, but yo, go get that money, bro. Go get that money.
He's not worth that much, man. I'm telling you, man.
You can make that argument in either Claxton. You can make the argument in Claxton. Claxton is 25.
Man, I'm taking Claxton 10 out of 10 over Hartenstein. I'm sorry,
but
that
what I'm saying is,
he's not. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but when I watched him in the playoffs, I seen something that I did not like, and it's just one of those things, Coach. Like you're a coach. It's just one of those field things, and you just seeing how this player performs in these certain situations. I did not like what I seen from that guy. And then when I got to looking at it a little bit deeper, I'm like, all right, sure, he's a better offensive player than Mitchell Robinson, but again, you allow Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner to go ham on y'all, and that's unacceptable. These guys are not.
Mitchell is not going to be able to contain either one of those because they're going to pull him out to the free throw line, and then they'll just ride right past him. I get where you're going, and what you're saying is 1,000% correct. And every flaw you're going to give me about Hartenstein, you have to be fair. You talk about your fair. Be fair with Mitchell, then.
I am, and I get it. He's not a perfect player either, but I'm saying he does what he does. He does better than anything Hartenstein does.
Yes, on the defensive end. But what I'm saying is, just like you're picking
you
apart
in the playoffs, Coach.
I'm not saying you don't need that, but you also need the offense nowadays in the NBA. You
But
need
that's
offense.
what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get from Mitchell from Randall coming back. What you were missing. This is what Knicks fans been telling me. You yourself as well. With the injuries, once you guys get the guys that have been hurt back, your offense is gonna be better. So now you guys got Bridges. Whoop-de-doo. Now you guys are thinking about, now you need a big man for offense, and it's like, nah, you better worry about stopping some of these players.
I'm never going to sit here and say we can't stop players, but it's also defense is a team concept.
That's true.
And I'm comfortable based off what I saw last year. Comfortable. I'm not saying I'm confident, but I'm comfortable at certain point in times that with what Hartenstein will bring over what Robinson, because everything you're talking about, my concern is late in the games, you got to pull him out because teams are just going to foul him. And he's a liability there. Let's be real, too. Let's talk about the injuries. And I'm not one to use that as an excuse, and you know that. But that's a reality. Is he and we're talking about the whole season with one center. Because now you're talking about Julius as basically a backup five. Because you're saying, he can give you what Hartenstein gives you from the 5 spot.
If you were using Josh Hart at the 4 in a small lineup, there's no reason you can't use Julius at the 5 in a small lineup.
On occasion, yes, you're right.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
On occasion, yes, you're right. But why would you do that and lessen yourself? Because Julius adds and helps Hartenstein also in the offensive rebounding game. Because he's going to get you offensive rebounds, and he's a hell of an offensive rebounder. So I get where you're going. Don't make it seem like Mitchell Robinson is that much more over Hartenstein. They both give you something different. They both do. You want to talk about the defense in the rim protection with Robinson? Yes, you can.
Yeah,
I can also talk about.
I don't. Yeah,
I get you in the playoffs. I'm not a Knicks
fan, and I just think you guys, and I said it about Julius Randle, and I was spot on. I think you're undervaluing what Mitchell Robinson brings to your.
I'm not undervaluing. I'm not undervaluing.
I know you're not. No, but I know a lot of Knicks fans are. I'm not putting that narrative on you, but a lot of Knicks fans are, man. And I'm just like, hey, if you guys, it comes down to you picking, I would be caution about taking that Hartenstein dude. I'm telling you.
Right now, to be honest with you, I don't expect the Knicks can't bring him back. The only way you bring him back is at a real cost-effective contract. I'm going to be brutally honest. And he's going to have to see. Now, the one thing I do want to see him do as a fan, what I want to see him do is this year just sign a team-friendly contract, and next year the Knicks have his complete bird rights, and now you can go to a new contract next year. That's what I would love to see happen. But let's be real. Who's going to throw away money right here and right now?
Right.
So, and plus Hartenstein is engaged. So, you got to, wifey going to be like, I don't know about all that. If you get 4 years, $100 million versus 4 years and 70, whatever it is, 72 mil. I'm Hartenstein, bro, go get your money, man. Go get your money. Basketball, because you can get hurt and be done, and then that's it. So, realistic, you heard me say, "What's up, Coach?" I don't expect Hartenstein back. I don't, and that right there makes everything null and void. And then you don't want to trade Mitchell Robinson unless you have something where, when you're bringing somebody in and it opens up and pushes you toward. And that's the other thing that most fans don't think about when you look at your team. Go look at the new CBA with that 3-tier, apron, man, because it's wow.
Yeah,
it's like if you're over it, then you can't do, and you lose. Like right now, the Knicks lose I think a mid-level, which is like $13 million, which will drop it down to like $4 million or $5 million. That's a lot of money right there. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy. It's interesting. So it opened my eyes a lot this year. Oh, why you got to do that to me? Why you got to do that to me, man?
What?
Right off the bat, you put my heart right there in front of me, man.
Hey man,
Ace and
that was
Harper.
on the docket. Yeah, that was on the docket, man. The
Don't.
top 100 basketball recruits
If
coming
Ace.
into college right now, 2024. Of course, Cooper Flag and look, the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the Brooklyn Nets got 4 first-round picks next year. These are some of the prospects that could be available. Could be. I preface that.
Don't be surprised if Ace Bailey ends up going. Everyone talks about Cooper Flag, and I get it. He's great. But don't be surprised if Ace does what I think he's going to do.
I want you to talk a little bit about we all know what Cooper Flag can do. I want you to talk a little bit about Ace and
And Dylan?
especially Dylan Harper, which is Ron Harper, an NBA legend in his own right, Ron Harper's son. So both going to Rutgers. You know, we cover Heart of the City. Shout out to Rutgers, man. Salute to the Scarlet Knights. Coach, if you don't mind, brother.
Yeah. I tell
your
you.
way back, man. Get into it, man. If you don't.
Yeah, just all right. Ace Bailey. All right, as you see right there, he's sort of being the number 2 recruit coming into into this cycle in terms of recruits, and it's legitimate, man. If you, all I can tell you is just go watch him. He's a 3-level player. Now he does have to get stronger. He's very slight, but he can handle the rock. He can attack the rim. He's a high flyer. He can shoot the threes. He's very confident in his ability and everything that he can do. And there are different comparisons that people have made. I've heard one person say a little bit of KG when KG was coming out of high school, but he has a better handle. Now he's not as tall as KG because I think he's like 6'9", but he's in. Yeah, Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey is 6'8". I got it right here, 6'8".
Okay. Yes. Which one are you? Are you 247? Okay, because I usually follow rivals. That's why.
Yeah.
But I mean, all of it, they're about the same. But again, I mean, very long arms. He's a very good defender. Again, the only thing I would say is he has to get stronger, and you're going to be playing in the Big Ten, so you're going up against some grown men out there. So, but
only
his
195.
athleticism will definitely offset that. And the thing about it is, he and Dylan have this chemistry because they've also played together in different circuits. They played against each other, but they played together, and they just have this chemistry. Now, Dylan is, and if anybody's followed Rutgers, you saw Ron Harper Jr. He's better than Ron Harper Jr. He's a better offensive. He has a better offensive game than his dad when his dad was coming out of Miami of Ohio. And Ron Harper Sr. was definitely an offensive threat coming into the NBA. So he's about 6'5"-ish, 6'5", 6'6". Very smart.
Got him here at 6'6", 210.
You know, some say he's a combo guard, some say he's a lead guard. It doesn't matter. He can play both. You know, he can take you off the dribble. He has a devastating step back three that I haven't even seen some NBA players really hone down, and he has that shot. He's a lefty, so you know that adds to it. But he's played throughout all of New York, New Jersey, across the country. It doesn't matter. But you know he's an elite player in terms of the way he and the way he manages the team. You know, guys buy into him. He's a great leader. So right now he's coming off of a knee injury, but he'll be ready before the season starts. But you know, and this is the reason why I say that about his injury. He could have had the surgery last year, but he wanted to fight for a championship. So he said he's putting it off because he wants to be there for his team and help his team win, and which is exactly what he did. So he's that good. And to be honest with you, any of those three, between Flag, Bailey, or Harper, if they have an elite season, it wouldn't surprise me if either one of them went number one overall.
Man, and it looks like the Brooklyn Nets might be in a run-in to get one of these players because they are clearly tanking and
Mm-hmm.
these players are going to be available more than likely.
The other one that the thing about the kid from Baylor, I heard some good things about him. So I really haven't dove into him, but I've heard some pretty good
Oh,
things about him.
VJ.
Yeah, yeah. I just
Um,
heard some good things as a small forward.
mhm.
He's good now. Could he be as good as the other three? I think he's a step below them, but he's someone that you can definitely develop. All these kids, if you develop them right in the NBA, they're gonna down the road. They're gonna be They're gonna be there for years to come. That's why this draft to me is definitely the one that can set up a franchise, just like you're talking about the Nets. You have four first round. If you come out of it with two of those top three, could you imagine that? I mean that's damn it, girl. Keep telling her, man, stop calling
Post
me
got
after
that
8 o'clock.
call.
No. It's. I mean, she's good. She's in my apartment. She's like 80 years old, but I don't want to get into that. It's just she just always seems, bro. We could be on a stream and she's calling me. So it's just
Oh
like,
man.
and she'll always say, "Oh, you're right. I forgot." And it's just like, ugh. I love her to death. She's like a second mom to me, but it's like I'm like, come
I'm
on,
looking
Rose.
for Carmelo's son.
I don't think he's committed. I think he's still in high school. He's playing at Long Island Lutheran, so he's not out.
Oh, so he's next year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's next year.
Okay. Um.
So he might get dad to come out of retirement and they play together.
Yeah. Right.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh man, damn, my
Justin
shoulders are so
Pippen.
sore. Man, I got a new occupational therapist. Man, she worked me out. Damn.
Oh man, you got the workout plan.
Yeah. Yeah, she had me doing my pulleys and the straps, what you call it, straps. I mean, it's, oh my gosh. And then my aide was like, you like her, she cute. You like her, she cute. Like, I'm like, that little tiny thing. Come on, man. I'll crush her, man. I'll be big punning her, man.
Oh man, just stop it.
She's a little Filipino woman. I mean, she's like
Oh, okay.
4'10". Come on, man. I'm 6'2". Well, I'm
Man,
down. I lost 18 pounds already now.
I've heard
So
rumors about just I don't know,
yeah,
just throwing
yeah,
that
yeah. I've
out
been
there.
I've been with one
I've
of my
heard
ex girlfriends
rumors.
is one of my ex
I'm gonna
girlfriends is
leave it at that.
Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah. But getting back to these
But yeah,
kids, man.
Ian Jackson, man, Tar Heels, man, salute Tar Heel Nation, baby. Shooting guard 6'5", 185 from the BX. Going to the
Just
Tar Heels.
I just wonder
Committed.
when y'all gonna be able to come to the Big Ten. That's all I care about.
Man, y'all want us to come to the Big Ten? We're gonna
Yes,
bust
you
the
do.
Big Ten's ass.
No,
So,
no, 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 no. You're missing the point I'm making, man. Forget. I'm not even talking about the competition. I'm talking business.
oh yeah, I see. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Imagine, each school getting 100, maybe 125 mil. Come on, man. Come on.
Man, cause we play the Big Ten
Mm-hmm.
a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we usually
ACC, Big
we
10,
always play.
ACC,
Yeah.
Big 12. Yep.
Mm-hmm. We always playing like Michigan State, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But Drake Powell, another Tar Heel commit.
Where are they rated
Huh?
in terms of for the draft projected? Where are they projected?
This doesn't say the draft projections. This is just
Okay, where are they project? I mean, where are they ranked then?
rank. Oh yeah, right here. Drake Powell is 11th.
11, and the other one is 8.
Ian Jackson is 8th. Of course,
Yeah,
Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, they're 2,
and
3.
you got
Cooper
1 and
Flag is
4 with,
1.
and you got the kid for number 4. So yeah.
Yeah. Kymon, from Duke, going to Duke. So these are all commits.
But the real question
ACC.
is, can anybody dethrone Connecticut? Because right now I'm just
Well, they got this kid too, Liam McNeely,
mm,
committed to Connecticut.
mm-hmm. Rutgers was recruiting him for a minute, but then
6'7", 210.
mm-hmm, they were hoping Dylan was trying to get him to come too, but he wanted to go to UConn, and I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Especially if you can go to for a
Right.
possible
So he's
three-peat.
he's number 10 on the prospect list. So you have to think about that too.
Yeah, and for those of you out there, if you follow recruiting, there's three main publications: 247, Rivals, and On Three. Each uses a different coach. Dante could tell you, each uses a different um, rate. They rate each differently. I think 247s, they look at your offers, and then that's how they base it. I think that's one of the biggest things. I think Rivals is more of your commitments, if I'm not mistaken. So it's different ones, and then I think On Three just takes the publications, and then they do an average or something to that. Which I'm not really familiar with how they do it, but I just know you could look at each three and they're going to say these guys are all ranked differently. But I just basically say they're pretty within the close. So and it's cool. And they also do the ladies, they do the girls. So there's some. Rutgers also has a couple of 5 stars coming in for the no one. Kiyomi Mitchell. If you haven't looked up Kiyomi Mitchell,
So
man,
this
look at.
is Rivals
Mm-hmm.
coach. This is their
So when did they do the last rating? You scroll up a little bit.
um
It doesn't tell you at the top when the last update was.
because this
Hold a
is
minute.
2020
Yeah, I know.
2024. They're already
Oh no,
in
this is the final.
2025.
Yeah, this is the final. I'm sorry, this is the final. So okay, yeah.
Yeah. So got
See, and there you
Bailey.
go.
Glad they got
VJ
to save.
VJ was 5 with the other one, and here he's 4. So
Yep. Ian Jackson was 8.
yeah, he's 6
He's
here. So
6 here.
again, the it's just look, it's whichever one you want, but they're all pretty much close to exactly that. The biggest thing is, if you can get out to the cycles, going out there to see them, preferably looking at their high school, not AAU. Most people want to base it off of AAU. I'm more of, what do you do in high school? Because AAU is more of an all-star team, and you'll
Yeah.
have one team of where in high school, you might have, some big name high schools playing against some, schools that they can easily handle. But then again, you're going to be playing other schools throughout the country. So, and that's the thing that I like to see. So that gives me a better indication. And AAU for me is just, it's an all-star game. That's how I look at it.
That's it. Yeah.
You're not really playing team defense and so on and so forth. And us. We like looking at the team defense along with other things, and how do you adjust, and and oh, Yankees are up. Okay. And how do you go up against different defenses? Some schools are going to be strictly zones. A lot are going to be man to man. So, in AAU, I think a lot of schools, a lot of teams just play man to man. I don't think many have the time to put in zone concepts. So, I want to see your zone, how you handle going up against zones sometimes, because you're going to see that in college, whether it's a 2-3, a 1-3-1, a diamond and one, a boxing,
Facts.
whatever. So, and good colleges are going to give you different adjustments. So, how if they blitz you, or if they trap the corners, or the baseline. I mean the half court line, things of that nature, where you don't see that in AAU. It's just give him the ball and maybe move it a little bit, and somebody will do something creative. But me, watching high school basketball, high school sports is a better indicator than these circuits that are out there. So that's
Yeah. High
me.
school. High school is I mean, because I know when I played, like when you're playing, you're more focused on fundamental basketball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they're playing at the higher level, they're more focused on, you know, like maximizing their skill set, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're gonna take more chances and do more you know things to try to better themselves as opposed to just working on things, you know what I'm saying, that's more of a team fit, more fundamental. So that's and and when I say fundamental, it's just it's sometimes it's just the little things, like setting
Mm-hmm.
screens, you know, knowing how to come off picks, knowing how to set your teammates up, knowing where your teammates are gonna be.
Heck, I'm into. Well, I also look at, do you use a bounce pass versus a chest pass, and how do you use it? Do you use two hands? Are you trying to
Do you
always?
use the glass on your layups?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
like different
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So it's my coach used to kill us when we didn't use the glass on the layup. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's fundamental stuff. But again, that's not the league that they play in today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But speaking of fundamentals, man, let's talk a little WNBA. I've been tapping in a little bit here with the ladies, and I must say, man, Asia Wilson is balling.
Mm-hmm.
28 points a game, 11 rebounds,
Mm-hmm.
2.5 assists, 1.9 steals, 2.4 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting 40% from 3-point and 52% from the field. That's pretty darn good.
She's on course to be the league MVP this year, and I think she's got that in her head. She wants it.
I mean, it's there. I mean, look, she's averaging a double double. Okay, so you're averaging 28 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
You're also almost averaging 2 steals and two blocks a game. You're shooting 85. You're shooting slash numbers 52, 40, and 85. 52 from the
Mm-hmm.
field, 40 from three, 85 from the free throw line. That is phenomenal.
And she's been doing that even before Chelsea Gray has come back, because that's why Vegas is starting to win now, because they got their point guard back. Chelsea was out to start the season, and she's a big factor on how they win, which is why they started sluggishly. And now you're starting to see Vegas start to, get into a rhythm. So, but yeah, and it's helping expand Asia's game even more, because you have another shooter out there, you have another playmaker out there, which helps her game also. So,
Yeah, now Angel Reese again continuing her streak,
double
her her
doubles.
her double double streak. I think it's at 9 now.
Hmm.
So
She did last night against the Aces. She got one last
yes.
night.
So shout out to Angel Reese. Of course, a lot of controversy surrounding the young lady, but she's playing basketball, and that's what I respect. You know what I'm saying? You talk it, walk it. So,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing out there, as is Caitlin Clark.
It's kind of swinging around. Yep.
She's been consistent. You know what I'm saying? Putting up points, rebounds, assists, starting to get her teammates involved. I noticed that. But with Caitlin Clark, that was my thing about her in college. I know I talked to you about it, Coach. I
Hmm.
wanted to see her be more of a playmaker, get her teammates more involved, and I see she's starting to do that now,
Hmm.
and her game is starting to open up, and she's starting to play a lot better. So shout out to Caitlin Clark, man, and shout out to, man, my Lady Liberties, man, Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Anescu, man. still doing their thing. I know the Liberty lost the cup, but still top of the league. You know what
Minnesota
I'm
is tough
saying?
for them, man. That's all I can say. Minnesota is just tough. The Lynx just played. Number one, they played great defense. They're tops in the league. They're very physical. Collier is definitely a great leader for them, and they're even doing this without Diamond Miller. My girl Diamond Miller, she's been out with an injury. Deutsch, Juhan Deutsches is coming back. She was out. The girl from UConn played center last year as a rookie, but she's coming back. Like Minnesota is definitely going to be tough out west, and I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the top three between Seattle, Minnesota, and the Aces are starting to get into the swing of things. So it's very interesting. But yeah, this is what I love about the W, man. It's just you yes, our Lady Liberties, we lost the Commissioner's Cup, but Minnesota just right now has a number. We have a chance to get them back because I think we play them sometime next week at home again. But this time, that's the other thing. I didn't like the fact that they didn't play in Brooklyn; they played in Long Island. Why? I don't know. I don't know if something was happening at the Barclay, which is why they couldn't play there, but next week's going to tell me everything I need to know if we have to face them for the championship. But yeah, and also, man, I'm going to be honest, man. Courtney Vandersloot, respect to her, just losing her mother. She just came back because of that. We've been down three players through injuries. We've been playing with 8 players. So, because Liberty have 11 on their roster. Naira Sabli has been out with an injury, and then Queen Bee, Bernasia Laney, she was out, and she also just came back. I think right before the Commissioner's Cup. So, but they've been doing their thing without him, and and that's the beauty of it. So, and then I can't sleep on Connecticut, man. Connecticut is doing their thing. They definitely continue to show their fortitude. And shout out to my girl Dejanay Carrington, man. She may be beautiful, but that girl is nasty on the defensive end, man. She is nasty, man. She's the type of player that I love seeing play, man. She'll get on the ball, and I remember when she went up against Caitlin Clark and just picked her pocket. Real simple. And that's the thing that she brings to the table that helps their defense, that gets them going. So, but yeah, I just love the W. Those of you who know me know I'll watch the W over the NBA anytime.
Yeah. Alyssa Thomas is another another good player, man.
This Thomas and her fiance Duana Bonner. She may be skinny and a toothpick, but that girl got shoot from range, man. So, yeah, but Alyssa Thomas, she's a triple-double. She is a known triple-double, and she has a certain level of tenacity and physical play, and she don't back down from anyone. She's going up against Brittany Griner and held her own, and she'll do her thing, man. So,
and I know certain people might not like this, but Kelsey Plum, Darren Waller's
my baby on. I wish she was on the Liberty. I wish she was on the Liberty.
She's doing her thing too. 18 a game.
But that's because with them,
35 from 3.
Chelsea Gray takes the ball out of her hand and let her do what she does best, which is move and find the open spots to shoot, where she doesn't have to facilitate and think about everyone else. That's what Chelsea Gray does for that offense and does for that team. She's the natural leader, and now it allows her to come back. Now, you just said 18. Now she's getting back Chelsea Gray. Trust me, by season end, she's going to be probably pushing close to 22 a game.
Yeah, she's playing well. She's playing well. Kelsey Plum again from the Aces. But the Aces, man, what's going on with the Aces? Not the same team they were.
No, I told you, it's Chelsea Gray. She was out to start the season. Think about it. If
Man.
you don't have your starting quarterback to start the season, that's what it boils down to. And now you're getting her back, and she's just trying to work her way into a rhythm. I mean, you got Young, who's also a baller over there. That girl can take over a game at any point in time. You talk about Aja, she's the same way, man. And she may be a wing player, but she'll be out there. She'll get on you on defense on the defensive end, but then she'll attack you on the. She's a true two-way player. So, and shout out to Coach over there. She's done a wonderful job in getting these women to buy into her from last year to this year and help them elevate their game. And it's not going to surprise me if they win a third in a row, man. It's really not. So hopefully our Liberty can get it going. But it would not surprise me if the Aces are back up there, and hoisting a trophy. I mean, they're a veteran group. They have players who start as well as off the bench. I forgot the girl who comes off the bench. Oh, damn.
So right now you got the Liberty at 15-3. You got the Connecticut Sun 14-3. The Minnesota Lynx 13-4. Seattle Storm 11-6. The Aces 9-6. Mercury 8-8. Atlanta 6-9. Chicago Sky 6-10. The Fever 7-12. Dallas Wings 4-13. Sparks 4-13. And the Washington Mystics 4-14. Why is every Washington team trash?
Well, that's because they don't have their best player. Elena Deladon is not there. Elena Dana
was bad. Man.
If Elena Deladon was there, I'm telling you right now, they would at least be a middle of the pack squad. They definitely would. And if Elena could play, at an elite level, it wouldn't surprise me if she was. They were probably the third best team in the East. She's that good. Elena Deladon is that elite as a player. She's on par with Aja. She's on par with Brianna. She's on par with the elite ones. Diana Taurasi. Kelsey Plum. She's on par with them all. So it's just she's not playing this year.
Yeah, man. I still think every Washington team is trash. So, that's my unpopular opinion. I reserve that right. So,
yeah, I get you.
But yeah.
Hey, look, you just said 4 wins. I'm surprised because for the longest while they I think they went 0. I think they're on a winning streak right now because they started off with
they lost 1 game in a row. Their last 10 games, they're 4-6.
Exactly.
They're 2-10 in the conference. I mean,
but they started out, I think, 0-10, 0-11.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
No, they're done. Don't get me wrong.
Sparks, they're done. What happened to the Sparks, man?
Injuries. Cameron Brink is out.
The Sparks.
And Cameron Brink. First of all, they're a young team. The NECA and Cheney are gone. So Kansas is gone. So you're losing all your veterans. And then Cameron Brink just went down with an ACL. So she's the number 2 overall draft pick. So she's done for the season. I forgot one more player. I think is either out for a while or injured himself. So they're young though. That's the whole thing. They're young. They're just got to develop. Head coach he used to be at Connecticut, and he's trying to bring that philosophy over to LA, and hopefully they will turn it around. So you definitely got to, especially with Golden State coming in next year, and then Toronto the year after that. So
yeah, man. But
and hopefully they'll expand beyond that. I know you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but hopefully they'll get a Philly team into the mix.
Why would we want that?
Well, in terms of basketball, the whole market right there. Connecticut, New York, Philly, Washington.
Yeah, Connecticut, New York. Leave it right there. You don't need Philly.
Nah, you need. I want Philly in the just in basketball. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about because I think they're talking about Philly bringing back Houston and possibly What's the other one? I just posted. Wait a minute. I'll tell you in one second. Hold on. I'll tell you right
No
now.
problem with Houston.
I want Philly. Here's the expansion. Philly. They're considering Detroit, the former Detroit Shock, who won a championship. Houston, and then Philly.
Yeah, not mad at Detroit either. I like Detroit. We was out there for the draft, so that's a dope city. But Houston, yeah, Houston's cool. Philly, kick rocks.
See, I want Philly in terms of sports because it's great for rivalries and things of that nature.
Philly in terms of sports.
Yeah,
I
get
want
you.
Philly in terms of cheesesteaks. That's where my Philly affiliation stops.
The best cheesesteaks are in South Jersey, man. Stop it.
That is arguable. Yeah, that is very arguable. You could also argue Delaware has some dope spots. So, but
yeah, and I've had Tony's and the other one in Philly, and I'm just like, don't impress me.
Yeah.
Hell, I've had some better ones in New York City than those two.
But that's where it stops for me as far as Philly's affiliation is concerned. Of course, no knock to the people. Just as far as sports and the whole vibe of the city, nah, kick rocks.
Yeah, I know, I get you. So I just appreciate it, but I also appreciate Detroit and trying to get the middle of the country because it just seems like it's all around the outer edges, not much in between. Maybe Indiana. Let me see who is. Yeah, it's Indiana, Minnesota's top edges. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Vegas.
So, let's see. We did. Free agency. Well, free agency starts Sunday.
Yeah.
Free agency starts Sunday, so we will see. Of course, deals already been made. The OG Anunoby, we talked about that. Talked about Nick Claxton. Other players getting signed out here, but the main thing is what's going on with who? Paul George. That's one of the main things right now. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Mitchell Garland combination in Cleveland. I don't know if one of them cats gonna get moved. Who knows what they're gonna do in Chicago with Levine and that whole group. So those are some names to watch, some teams to watch. Brooklyn, I think they're gonna be offloading a lot of their pieces. Looking like it.
But who are the top free agents? Now, I'm not talking about tradable. I'm just talking about free agents.
Yeah, see, a lot of these free agents, they
I think it's Isaiah is number one.
They end up signing back with their teams, so it's kind of hard to gauge at times. Siakam, he re-signed. Claxton re-signed. OG re-signed. Quickly re-signed. Malik Monk re-signed. LeBron James, he's re-signing. So you have Paul George, Klay Thompson. Those are two names they've been talking about.
I thought Paul George was under contract.
Has a player option.
Oh, so so he can pick up his contract. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me see.
Thompson's a UFA. Tobias Harris,
Paul George,
James Harden.
Tyrese Maxey is restricted. Yep. Isaiah DeMar DeRozan is unrestricted. Harden is under. Katavius Caldwell Pope.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, Tyus Jones. Quickly, Jonas Valanciunas. D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Okay.
Yep.
It's really nothing out there. Yep. It's really nothing out there.
Andre Drummond. I mean, exactly. That's why it's not a lot going on in the free agent. Most of the moves are probably going to be made via trade. So
Yeah, good point.
and the other moves, the other like moves, they're gonna be the other free agents are probably gonna resign with their original teams. Like LeBron, he's gonna resign with the Lakers. You figure James Harden's probably gonna go back to the Clippers.
Yeah,
Those
because
type
then nobody else
moves.
is going to pay no money.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't be surprised if Paul George was back with the Clippers too.
the
And I
one
wouldn't
who's
be
going to move
surprised
is
if Golden State brings back Klay Thompson.
so it's going to be Caldwell. What's it? Pope and Hartenstein are going to be the two big ones to look out for.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, it's not a lot out there. I don't know what
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell's going to do in L.A.
Oh, he's going to Brooklyn. He's going to Brooklyn.
Why would he go to Brooklyn? To rot.
That might be the only place he can get some money.
Man, only place he gonna get some shots. He's sharing 50 shots a game with Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, let me see, because you said you're building the team around him. You said you said earlier you're building it around Cam Thomas, and I don't know. I think it's different. I think you guys are building. I follow the money. I always follow the money, and the money tells me it's Nick Claxton first.
Claxton's part of it, yeah. But Cam Thomas is gonna get paid too. Claxton was just first in line. I think what they want to do is they want to figure out what they got in some of these other players. And apparently they're going to use Jordy Fernandez in a Kenny Atkinson type role to just develop the talent. Like they're going to bring in these young players, in the coming years. I'd imagine he'd get at least minimum 2 years to figure this thing out, 2 to 3 years. And they're going to bring in talent because everybody knows they're not going to be good. They're going to bring in the talent, and then they're going to figure out, who's a keeper and who's not a keeper. They didn't figure that out with Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton was in the running, like I mentioned, for Defensive Player of the Year. He's a defensive anchor in the middle of that lineup in that front court. And he shoots a high field goal percentage. You know what I'm saying? And he can switch. And guard other positions. So he's a versatile player. Would you like him to bring you a little more offense? Of course, but you can't have everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to live with Nick Claxton's deficiencies. What I was against was doubling down on that by bringing in Zach Edey and like another. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my pushback. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to double down on that. I'm okay with developing Claxton and Clowney. Clowney is more offensive. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what you can develop as far as his offensive game is concerned. And then maybe they can complement one another. And then, I want to see them bring in a point guard. To pair with Cam Thomas. I want Cam Thomas to work, as a primary scorer, but I don't need him to have the ball in his hands every possession. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
Huh? Whoa,
Excuse me,
what was
sorry.
that?
I'm gonna Tyrese Halliburton, Logan Paul, and Jalen Brunson in a wrestling ring, and Jalen Brunson brought out a steel chair for Halliburton.
That threw me off. Tom,
I just pulled up Twitter, and Knicks Fan TV. Jalen Brunson brought out a steel chair for Tyrese Halliburton and Logan Paul.
Oh,
I'm like, what? They're on WWE right now, so it's like, okay. So now I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I
see what I'm saying, man. They all happy, man. I'm telling you, this is not.
It's not even that happy. It's the fact you bringing a chair out. If I'm Indiana, I'm like, yo, what the hell? No, we don't want no chairs to our star player.
This shit ain't gonna end well. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you,
Yo,
Knicks fans. Y'all think I'm hating. I'm not hating. This is not going to end well.
It's not even just Knicks fans. Come on, I'm speaking about Tyrese Halliburton too. Come on, man. Your NBA players, you're not built for that.
Man, damn Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Jalen Brunson on wrestling. Like, these Knicks is out of control.
But you're saying Knicks. I'm saying Tyrese Halliburton is in the ring too. They're both in the ring.
I'm saying damn Tyrese Halliburton.
But why damn when I'm saying I'm not talking about just saying, I'm talking about basketball players. That's not what you were built for, man. And you could get seriously hurt.
You're right. That ain't what you're built for. But why is these championship New York Knicks out there?
WWE.
These championship New York Knicks. I am not.
Who's the championship Knicks?
I am not letting Knicks fans off the hook anymore. I have been nice. I have been fine. I have been.
Okay, that's you. But you want to keep it real? You want to keep it brutally real, totally real? The vast majority of Nets fans haven't. They haven't. Okay, you've been nice. All right, fine. You want to go that route?
I cannot speak for, my fellow Nets. Leaf.
But what I'm saying is, it just like you're exactly.
Leaf can be a fan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Leaf. That's our brother. But I mean, I know he. I know.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying the Knicks fans are acting in a certain way, but
they are
also. But what I'm getting at is, it could be in response to certain Nets fans. No, bro,
it's not.
Okay.
Nope.
So every Knicks fan. Nope. That's why they're not responding.
I'm saying
back.
Majority. If we're dealing with majority rules, the majority of Knicks fans troll Net fans. It's not the reverse way around. It's
but
never,
how many Nets fans for the longest while, when y'all had KD and Kyrie and Harden, weren't trolling? Come on, bro. It goes back and forth. This is cyclical.
No trolling.
Okay. Not from you. Not from you. I will give you that. But what I'm saying is, okay, payback is a bitch. And it's just going to go back and forth. You know what? The Knicks fans are doing it now, so you're going to take the opportune time and you're going to troll back and go back and forth. And that's all I'm saying, man. I'm tired of it, man. It's like the Giants fan base, man. We sit here and rip each other and just everyone shut the fuck up, root for your team, and just
war, man.
It's not war. It's not war, man. It's idiotic, and it's making New York City, to be honest, it's making New York City look like some dumb fucks.
That's what New York is becoming, because look, the fan base, the Giants fan base is one thing, Nets, okay, cool. Knicks fans haven't won shit since
neither
the
have the
70s.
Nets fans. Neither have the Nets fans.
But hold on. But Knicks fans haven't won shit since the 70s, and see what accelerates this, no doing to no fault of you or other Knicks fans. It's guys like Stephen A. Smith. It's guys like fucking Spike Lee. It's all these other fucking Knicks fans that go and puff their chests out like that, like they've accomplished something. Then they look down on Nets and the Nets and say, "You guys had KD and Kyrie and y'all ain't do shit." Well, guess what? We had KD and Kyrie. Who the fuck did you have?
Stephen A. was sucking their dicks big time. Stephen A. was as a Knicks fan, he was sucking their dicks big time. So stop it. And most Knicks fans, the vast majority of Knicks fans don't claim him. So you can't sit here and say it's guys like Stephen A.
Oh, y'all don't claim Stephen A. now?
Hell no. we actually claim Big Perk. We claim Big Perk. We call him the governor.
Perk is a Knicks fan now. The former Celtic.
But that's the point, bro.
We don't hilarious.
No, but what I'm saying as far as Stephen A., he goes back and forth. See, the thing about
at least our fans are genuine. Like Net fans are like genuine Net fans. Knicks fans, they just come out of nowhere. They can be ex-Celtics or ex-Lakers or whoever, and they'll just switch
Damn, Ryan Clark is there too.
Because now the Knicks got some clout.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Okay.
Yeah.
Perk is been talking like this because of Brunson. So, and that's the whole thing. He's always been supporting Brunson since day one, and that's why Knicks fans ride with him. Stephen A.
And you know what? He's adding to what you hate, Coach, which is a player. I'm following players to teams. So if he's really a Brunson fan, he's not a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? And he's just as.
But he's also
just like the
talked
LeBron
about,
fans and the KD
no,
fans.
No. Here's the thing.
And the Steph
He's
Curry
always
fans.
talked about the culture that Tibbs is trying to build. You remember Tibbs was there, so he rocks for Tibbs. Mm-hmm. Tibbs was there in Boston when they won that championship. So he's always talked about Knicks fans need to settle down and stop with the trading of Randall and watch what Tibbs is trying to build there. He's always been like that. And then Brunson, when people were talking about they overpaid for them, and he was like, yo, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. When you sit down and like you identify talent. That's what he's done. So, yeah, you want to say he's a Knicks fan, but he still rocked for his Celtics. He did. He wanted them to win the championship, even over the Knicks if it had got to that.
Why is it Knicks fans? I mean, why is it the people outside the Knicks fans know what's best than the Knicks fans? Because I, for one, have been telling you the same thing about Brunson and about I
always knew Brunson
Randall
was a good player.
And about
Randall and Tibbs. You got me on Randall and
Mitchell
Tibbs.
Robinson and Tibbs.
You got me on Randall and Tibbs. The thing with Randall what was it I always harped about with Randall? What was it I was always harping about? He's always after play. He's always yelling at the
his attitude. I get it.
Officials instead of getting back on defense. He's always running into a double team and not reading what's going on, so he's not playing smartly. Those are the things that I talk about with Randall. He's a talented player. I've always said that. But I just hate it and I hate all players. It's not just Randall. Why are you arguing with the referee? They're not going to change their damn call. Leave the referees alone. If you want to, during a timeout break, you want to talk to them. Hey, this is what I saw. What did you see? Well, I don't agree with you. Then you can get some respect and, hey, you know what? You might get a makeup call. Then I'm cool with that. But during the course of a play, that's my issue with Randall. Tibbs, yes, I was hard on him. I was real hard on him because I did not see the vision. And I've said it. I was wrong. I admit it. Now that they build into the team around his vision and they are working together, management and coaching, yes, you're right. You're right. I back off. I backed off, and now I'm fully supportive of Tibbs and what they're trying to do because I see what they're trying to do in terms of a team. So, but you want to kill me because you know what? I was hard on them. Fine, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really partial. Like, I don't have no ill will towards the Knicks, for real. But it's your fans, man, and your fans is starting to become like Cowboy fans.
Nets fans. I could say that about you guys with Nets fans.
No, we ain't.
The ones that I know, yeah, bro. So you can't talk to me about what I know and who I know. Don't do that, bro. That's not right. I'm not talking about you. But there are a lot and I sit and I watch, and hell, we used to talk about what's his name in the spaces, DJ. DJ is like some of the shit that he used to say. It's like, yo, DJ, are you serious? Come on, bro. Come on. So it's like, that's fans. All fans are like that. We all are. I'm hard on Cowboys fans just because, but back in the day, Cowboy fans was not like this with me. They really wasn't. You know, it's just that, they became a little bit too delusional with certain things. I get it. But that's fans. That's fandom. At least all these other fans that we're talking about, Knicks fans, Nets fans, we ain't Giants fans. We're talking about destroying each other. We ain't even trash talking the opposition. We killing each other.
Nah, Knicks fans and Net fans aren't. Knicks fans and Net fans are actually beefing with one another.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
With each other.
Exactly.
We're cool. We're on the channels chilling. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time discussing our team. So are Knicks fans in most spaces. You know what I'm saying? But Giants fans, that's a different story.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. In terms of being true fans, and
even Yankees
and you know what?
fans, Mets fans, they all get along. Rangers fans,
Exactly.
It's just
So
Giants fans. I don't know.
And that's
Even
my
Jets
thing.
Fans.
But now, and just like getting back to the point of Stephen A. That's where I'm like, yo, you ask real Knicks fans, do you claim Stephen A? They're like, hell no. He's a fair weather fan, man. He'll talk, oh, I'm Knicks. But then again, I'm not supporting them on national TV.
Yeah,
I don't see Spike Lee doing that. You can say what you want about Spike Lee. Spike Lee has been there.
Man,
Spike talks about sitting up in those rafters.
BK, I met Spike. I seen Spike before, man.
Is he really that short?
Spike is Spike is but Spike's a cool dude. You know what I'm saying?
He's a true Knicks fan.
Yeah, he's a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying?
And that's fine. Yo, we are and that what's fans short for? Fanatics.
Yeah.
Every fan base, we're all fanatics. So
I know a lot of Knicks fans blame them for the Reggie Miller situation, but Spike's always supported that team through thick and thin. So
exactly, and that's my point. That's my point. So and there's a lot of corporate Knicks fans or doctors, lawyers, you name it, they're out there. So damn, she taking on two of them and kicking their butts.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Been a pretty good episode, man. Appreciate y'all, everybody, for tapping in on the Blacktop Podcast, man. You know, just getting this thing revved up. I'm working on a dope intro for you guys, so that'll probably premiere next episode. And then, you know, I want to have some guests. I want to get some guests on. I want to, you know, get some real people that really play basketball, that's really knowledgeable about the game, and, you know, just talk hoops. You know what I'm saying? Just talk hoops. Because NBA draft, that's it. We'll get into free agency next week. Of course, Summer League's going to be coming up. We'll touch on that. You know,
no, that's going to be interesting. That would definitely be interesting.
Yeah. So,
no, it's going to be about Bronny. That I will admit.
Of course. You know, so, but there's some other nice prospects, man. This draft, like I said, you know, we kind of went through the draft a little bit, but again, this is what basketball is about, man. You know, coming into the league, getting your opportunity, man, showcase your skills. These young players, they got an opportunity. LeBron is fading, KD is fading, Steph Curry is fading. These players are moving, you know, out of the NBA. The NBA is looking for a new face of the league. So these young individuals got a nice chance to come into the league right now and make a name for themselves. So it's going to be great to watch. It's going to be great to cover. It's going to be great to follow. It's going to be great to talk about, man. And we're going to do all that right here. Blacktop Podcast, Unpopular Opinion Sports, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to East Coast Gridiron. Shout out to Ghost Dog. Shout out to Raphael. And shout out to A-Tracks, man. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in, man. And those that didn't comment, man, that were in the back chat listening, man, definitely appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all supporting me through all my podcasts, all my endeavors, man. And you know what I mean? Good things, man, come back to good people, man. So definitely, you know, I appreciate it, man, from the bottom of my heart. So do my co-host, Coach Ed. Appreciate you, man. And tell them what you got coming up, Coach, man. I know you about to get back to it. I know you about to fire things back up here, coming up. Tell them what you got. Tell them what you got planned. Starting
next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm getting back to Coach Coach A. Gladney's Reading Attack sports show. Tuesday is going to be Heart of the City. Wednesday is going to be the Pick and Roll podcast. Thursday is going to be the Full Court Press with WNBA Talk. And then Saturday is going to be the halftime coaching adjustment show. So, that's what I got going on for next week. That's what I'm looking at. I mean, maybe the Reading Attack I might do just one day. I don't know. I'm still trying to work it out since I'm just coming back. So, but I'm feeling all right. So, if I'm good, I'm just gonna go through with it. So
That's what's up, man. Glad you feeling good. Glad you feeling better. I'm glad you back in action, man. Big Blue Crew, man. You already know what it is, man. Me, NYG, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports. Catch me, Giants Conversations. We're gonna take a few weeks off, but we will be firing up. I believe the 21st, the Sunday before training camp. We're gonna get into all that, man. Have a whole big show, man. Hopefully we'll have some guests, some content creators, and some other people to come on and join us. Heart of the City, we're gonna get that fired up coming up Tuesday, man, because that's a lot going on in New York sports, man. Gotta talk about it, man. Yankees, Mets, you know what I'm saying? We just talked about the Knicks and Nets, man. In the inner city trade, that's something, that doesn't happen a lot. So we're gonna get into that, man. Maybe get into a little bit of history and all that, but tap into that. And of course, right back here next Friday, Blacktop Podcast, man, and we will be talking about the free agency moves in the NBA. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, you can catch my unpopular opinions in between my live streams. So definitely hit that notification bell so you get notifications when I'm dropping those unpopular opinions, man. They are controversial, and I do get a lot of heat for those, man. So definitely check them out. You do not want to miss these unpopular opinions, man. They're outrageous, but I do have logic behind them. So that's the beauty in what I do. So, but appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. And until next time, you know what it is. Big Blue Crew, we out of here. Peace.
peace.